Whew. Good morning, Ruby. How are you today? Good morning, everybody. I am Old Man Sugarheart. Today we're playing Vintage Story. We made cheese yesterday. We're just waiting for it to ripen, which should be done around January. Right now it is November. But then soon there will be cheese. The sky's a nice, beautiful, glowing red. It is negative 12 degrees Celsius. I've got some lovely meat stew. Yeah, we got lots of things we can do today. I think one of the things I want to do is make sushi and kebabs. Kebabs? Kebabs. But let's keep the milk coming. Keep making cottage cheese in the meantime. Gave the goats a day off while I went into mine. Oh, God. Boost me up onto that basket. Thank you. You know what? It's not working. Don't mind me, kid. It's a little lamb. Glad they've got generation numbers on them. I hear it's like you go generations deep in the lamb farming, they'll stop trying to eat you as much. Make sure the lambs have food. Let's see if I can get the goats. From around the tree. The goat for milking right there. Get milked. Too stressed to be milkable. I don't know how they get so stressed. Milky on the way down. It didn't work out. Would I recommend Vintage Story? I would really recommend Vintage Story. It is one of the best games, honestly. This might be one of my favorite games of all time. Angry goats. They are angry. Yeah. Our friend Magni over on YouTube was asking if I'd recommend Vintage Story. Which recommends Vintage Story? Genoa popped in. Angry goats. A good game. It is a good game. Oh no, this happens to me sometimes. Pretty rarely, but sometimes the screen will fail to load and you have to pop back in. Only when you die, though. And that could be related to one of the mods I have. Lots to do, quite immersive. I'd give it a chance. Play for a few days. Has a lot of depths. Yeah. Like, I'm starting to think I should make like a getting started in Vintage Story video. Like, give people an idea of like what it's like, or at least what you need to do. Because like the hardest part of getting into it is probably like the first the first few days, like if you go in completely blind, you can have a hard time. But I guess like how to play is easy. You just log into the game and you press H. And then you've like, I've got a lot of mod related stuff, but without the mod related stuff, you've got the starter guide and the progression guide. Starter guide will tell you exactly what you need to do to like not die in the first 10 seconds. And then the progression guide tells you like what to do to like, you know, get from the starting to the Stone Age, to the Pottery Age, to the Copper Age, Late Copper Age, Bronze Age, Iron Age, and like we haven't gotten to the Steel Age yet. But like just the magical guide of pressing H will tell you how to do everything in the game. And even if it didn't, there's tons of resources. All right, I'm getting that milk. Hey. Can you tell the lady goats to meet me? If you were to write a guide, you'd give an overview of professions without explaining too much. Primary and derivative professions. When you say professions, you mean like mining, smithing, tailoring, farming, all the things. It's true. There's a lot of useful guides you can make. Got some milk out of you. All right. You know what? That's enough milk. Although I don't think they have enough food. No, they do. Like animal husbandry, leatherworking, mining, smithing, farming to cooking, the protection professions, and the crafting profession. Make use of it, yeah. There's a couple of people out in the streets who have who've made good guides for this. Like an entire guide series. One thing I think I'd be good at maybe is like a mechanical power guide, but like make it a real simple guide, because like that's one of the more complex things. And like if you can simplify that to like what you need to know, like you can make it so much better. Because if you like want to know everything about how like mechanics work, what am I doing? I'm looking for band-aids. My goat wounds. You just got this game and wow, do I suck. You can never find food. Just interest people in the rest of the game, the basics. Mechanical power can get super complicated. You die from no food, that's your struggle. Used to making wheat fields in Minecraft. This game is extremely complex. Yeah. So, for food, what I recommend, getting a knife and cutting up cattails or tool. Like, get... you know what? Let me just show and not tell. So like one of the best emergency food sources you get, because all you need is like a little knife bore. Like, here's a cattail. I don't know how it's growing here without water. That's cool. But yeah, you cut it up, you get these reeds, which are super useful, and you get these cattail roots, which you can cook. And so, like, you're collecting things you need and getting food at the same time. And so, like, you can walk around with an entire stack of that. Where's my cattails? There we go. And so, like, I've always got these in the background. Like, these could probably last for 2 months if I was eating nothing but cattail roots. Good evening, old Sugarheart and chat. Good evening, old man Windbreaker. Okay, how about making a pickaxe? Okay, that takes a little while. So first of all, you get your cattail roots and your reeds. You make baskets that you can put in your inventory slots so you can carry more. That helps. The next thing I would do is make a farm. Like, do you see these like little 4x4 puddles here? You can build one of these on like a lake or something so that the water's already there. That way you don't need a bucket. And then I would plant as many seeds as I can. And if you can do that before your first winter, you'll be in great shape. But now, oh man, chat's flying today. And then pickaxe. Okay. So the first thing you do to find like a pickaxe, run out here. You know what? I got something marked on the map. I'm sure of it. There's one. Okay. The closest copper I have. So to make your first pick, you need to find copper bits. It's the easiest thing to do. So you just go around, you look at all the rocks. Because there's rocks lying all around. Very grassy over here. Whoop. There was a pick down there, but I think there's another one over here. According to my map, it's right here. Okay, copper bits. These are what you're looking for on the ground. You smack that, you pick up some of these, and you get like, I got 3 copper nuggets. It's going to smelt into, you need 20 to make 1 copper ingot. But you won't have ingots right away. So then you collect as many of those as you can. Also, mark where you found them. Because there's something really important you should know. Where did I find it? I think I found it right here. If I dig straight down. I should find it. Okay. I expected to find it closer to the surface. I have not found it. There it is. So, like, directly under the copper bits, you will usually find copper ore. So when you do get a pick, you can come back for more copper. Like, nice copper. And so, like, you're right. The very first thing you want to do with your copper bits is make a pick so you can come back and you can get a lot more copper, and then you can make all the copper tools you want. But to make copper tools, you also need clay. Where's the nearest clay? Am I that silly? I've found some like clay up to the north. I'll show you. There's 3 kinds of clay you can find in the overworld. Blue clay, red clay, and fire clay. If you find fire clay, like, hooray, you're a hero. That's amazing stuff. I couldn't find any fire clay native in the world I live in, but it's okay. You don't need it. Let's see. So on the other side of this lake here, got some red clay. I probably shouldn't be swimming in this weather. Because you can't get hypothermia and die in this game. Okay, so does fire do it versus a stove? You need coal. And let me find, we'll get to that. I'm doing like a whole intro to the game. This is not how I expected to start this stream. But this is a good practice run through for if I do make a guide. Alright, so out here in the streets, I've got red clay marked on the map here. Because I was goofing around, and somewhere around here you're going to see some slightly discolored dirt. Here we go. Red clay in the soil. And so there's red clay and blue clay. That's what you're looking for. You get this clay here. You don't need very much of it before you can make a clay mold. Where is the pickaxe mold? There it is. And you can press F to increase like the amount of clay you put down, or change your like your clay dropping mode. I like to duplicate layers. One of the best tools in the game. It just kind of like automatically fills this up for you. And then I remove the clay. Do. Oop. And there. Now I've got a pick mold. So you take your pick mold, and then you need to fire it using a pit kiln. And like, if you had like an ingot and a hammer and an anvil, you can make picks too. It might be like a little easier and quicker in the future. You can do that without like leaving the base for any reason. But for like your very first pick, this is how you do it. Nyom. Now you get dry grass by cutting the grass. You've probably figured that bit out. You're also going to need sticks and firewood. I imagine you know how to do all of those things, because at some point you probably needed to feed yourself. And so you do need sticks. Oh, I've got all my sticks in my inventory. Dry grass. Firewood. And I will show you a pit kiln. I've got a couple of pit kilns dug over here. And they don't need to be like in rock or anything. Like you can see, I made a little ceramic saucepan recently. But like for getting clay cooked into what you want, you drop it into like a little hole in the ground, fill the hole with dry grass, drop some sticks on that, put some firewood on top of that. You take a torch and you light it. And then maybe like 24 to 48 hours later, you've got yourself something made out of clay. And you can make all sorts of things with clay. Like eventually you're going to make like an anvil mold. You can make like an axe mold, prospecting pick. There's lots of good things. Like the things people recommend you start with: anvil, hammer, pick. The pick's the most important because you can get a lot of clay or a lot of copper really fast with it. So, now to tell you how to smelt copper. Do I have a lot of firewood in here? Got a decent amount. Sorry, I think I said copper and then grabbed a bunch of other things. Junk? I had more copper than this. How much copper do I have? Almost a full stack of nuggets. It's kind of a waste. I should get more copper before I do this, but for the sake of learning, what else do I need here? Logs. Because we are low on firewood. Got tons of redwood. You need a lot of wood. And I'm hesitant to destroy my oak for this. I'm going to use the redwood. Well, let's see. So to like melt copper, regular firewood's not going to do it. A hammer is needed to bust up the ore you get in nuggets. Yes. Yeah, that's a good point. That will be like one of the first things you need after the pick. Because when you pick up the native copper, you're just going to get native nuggets like that. Do I have copper just kind of hanging around? A little bit. Kenshin, thank you for the ride. Or the raid. Also the ride. Whatever. Welcome to the party. Somebody put a bed in here. Get out of here. So once you've got these copper bits, you drop them in here. Oh, I skipped a step. This is my coal pit. I'm going to show you how this works. I'm giving an improv tutorial on how to get started at Vintage Story. You've collected copper and you need to smelt it into all the delicious things you need. And you just need tons and tons of firewood. Like, this can be as small as like a 4x4. That will like stop you from needing like too much firewood. But like, I recommend getting at least a 3x3 or a 3x2, I guess. This size, the size you're looking at. We fill this with firewood. It takes time, like all things in Vintage Story. I had 0 likes on YouTube, now I have 1. I appreciate it. Yay, I'm validated. I need 1 more stack at 32 at least. You'll be lurking while you get some food. Have a good stream. Thanks, Kenshin. All right. So now I need to seal some of this area off. I've got rammed dirt up here, but it's not that important to have this specifically. Like, anything can do, like regular dirt will seal this off just fine. All right. Now you've got this firewood that's buried. You can just do that in the ground. And then you just make like a normal little campfire there. And if you look when you hover over it, it says, I'm pointing with my fingers as if my VTuber hand moves. It says charcoal pit. Need a torch. What you do is you light your charcoal pit here. And then it says you've got 29 in-game minutes to seal this up before everything's ruined, which translates to like 29 seconds or 30 seconds. Anyway, you just cover it up. You only need like the one on top of it and the one in front of it. It doesn't need to be like completely sealed from all the diagonals. And then if we just wait here for 30 seconds, you'll see this start to smoke. Any second now. How's it going, buddy? It's going pretty good. I logged on and said, like, maybe I should make a guide. And then people asked me, like, how to start the game. And so we're kind of like speed running to the Copper Age. Come on, where's the smoke? Come on, there you go. Alright, so the pit kilns are... It's not a pit kiln, is it? Charcoal pit. The charcoal pit is cooking. And when it's done, you crack it open. You do not crack it open before because it'll ruin everything. Basically, when the smoke stops, everything under this is going to be charcoal. And once you have charcoal, charcoal is the first thing you have that's hot enough to melt copper. And so I've got like 55 units of 555 units of copper in like this full stack. And I've got all these molds just lying around. Here's my pick mold. You're gonna need one of those. A hammer would also be nice. And an anvil will help you out in the future. eventually, like, you'll get these ingots. And you can put coal in the forge. Pick up a couple of ingots. And we can cook these too. This is bronze. Bronze is complicated. But like, once you're in the Copper Age, smooth sailing. You would never figure this out? Well, that's why they've got the H guide. You just press H, find the starter guide. It'll tell you exactly what you need to do in the order you need to do it. Like, make flint tools, expand your inventory, making reed baskets, find food, learn how to make fire, fight, make improvised armor. Like, this is all real good stuff. Packed dirt makes a pretty, a decently pretty house. And then, like, the progression guide tells you how to, like, get from the Stone Age to the Pottery Age to the early Copper Age, the late Copper Age, the Bronze Age, and the Iron Age. Like, in the first, how long have I been streaming now? 30 minutes? First 30 minutes, we went from, starting out to the early Copper Age. This is the early Copper Age. This is the late Copper Age. Well, you're bronze, but like, pretend those are copper ingots. They work under the same principles. Well, you'll just watch you because you don't want to read instructions. That's fun, fine too. Oh, shoot. I have forgot I broke this. Luckily, I've got some dirt on hand. I've got like a cool cooling system here. Whoops. I'm holding on to a molten ingot, which is not an ideal thing. To not die with an ingot in your hand, you need tongs in your offhand. Like, this is 600 degrees right now. Let me go get some soup. I'll be back. Or stew. It's dark. I need to be able to see. I might even need some more coal. I'm not sure I have enough to melt the copper. Alright, coal. Do I have any? I've got brown coal, black coal, one piece of charcoal. Okay, great. Give me some delicious stew. Lots of delicious stew. Alright, back to the smithy. Do 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 do. It's cooked. And so with your tongs in your offhand, you pick up this molten metal. Pick up the coal so you don't waste it. You pour that into your pick mold. Maybe make like a little hammer. Maybe a couple of ingots. Alright. And now you've just got to like wait for this to cool down. I'm pretty sure I could break this if I really wanted to. Did that give me the pick? Oh. Where'd my pick head go? I think I lost it. Oh, that was impressive. Didn't know that would happen. I was trying to break the pick out of there, but I guess I ruined it. Probably because it was still molten. Alright, let's pretend I didn't do that. It's good to know. And anyway, you'd get a pick head, you slap a stick on it, makes a pick. But when you have ingots, like, you can still make a pick. You just need a hammer and an anvil. And a lot like making pottery. You're just moving these little digits around to fill the necessary parts. I spin it. I smack it, I bop it, I twist it, I pull it. There's a little bit of like trickery to it. Like, for example, I can't move this piece in the middle because like I can't physically hit it from above. But I can move this guy. Now I can move the middle piece. And I can spin it around. Whee! And I've got this pick head that's too hot to hold. Just throw it in the water. You might be able to toss it in the water. That may break the mold. Yeah, I think that's a true statement. That's what I heard. And that was what I was trying to do. I was trying to pick up the mold and everything all together. It just didn't work out that way. So there we go. We've got a copper hammer. That's the way you would make the pick. If I got a successfully made a pick, it would have come out like that. Is there anything else I need while I'm out here in the streets? I don't know. I'm gonna make spiles. Now, what's a spile, you ask? I don't know. I think it gets sap. We're exploring a lot in the cooking in my main playthrough. That's kind of like the goal of my playthrough, is fine dining, the vintage world experience. And so maybe they want me to drink some tree sap. I don't know. There's some maple trees around here. Oh, Deseneco. Good morning to you. But yeah, and I'd say like once you're in the Copper Age, like you can really calm down and do whatever you want. I'm gonna need a lot of things. First of all, get the tongs out of my hand, put the lamp in my hand. It is midnight 30, so we are gonna go to bed. Wake up and do milk things. We'll get back to the cheese world, but basically that's how like my starter guide would go. But like once you have metal tools, you can do basically anything you want. And so like you can learn how to make barrels and buckets, which are handy for leather making. You could make armors. You can make lanterns, so like you don't have to worry about keeping your torch lit. Honestly, like a lantern is probably one of the things you forget way too easily. It's super, super handy. I'm gonna put most of these things away. I don't need any of them. Yeah. You've got a farm, you've figured out how to make metal tools. Then all you have to do at that point is whatever you want. Like if you have a farm about the size of my farm up here, you will have infinite food. I recommend focusing on flax grain pretty heavily for like half of your farm at least. Because eventually you're going to want to make like windmills and stuff, and you'd be surprised how much bread you need for that. All right. You are cottage cheese. Like my insane goal for this playthrough was making cheese, and honestly, we're there again. 10 liters of milk. You did not turn into pasteurized milk like you were supposed to. All right. But now I can walk through the cheese making process, which was an extensive and difficult journey. Let's see. I need linen. Only need one. I've got sticks on me. I need salt. Hey, Jessica Hart, how you doing? I'm doing good. It has been a while. Welcome back. All right. So, when I have 25 liters of cottage cheese, you can take the cottage cheese, put it in a piece of cloth. That makes a curd bundle. I take a stick and I squeeze the cheese. And then we squeeze into this little wheel. We throw some salt on it. I got some raw cheese. And get my cloth back too. All right. And so now we need to decide what kind of cheese we want. Do we want blue cheese or cheddar cheese? That's quite the squeeze. Yeah. I think in real life, I don't know, this is like a farmer's cheese. Like this is a very simplified part of the cheese process. If you're squeezing cottage cheese, you get farmer's cheese, which maybe you don't have to squeeze so hard, but like normally you need like a cheese press and you like leave it there overnight, and you need some like coagulating enzymes and the correct bacteria for like the cheese you want. It's a whole ordeal. All right. What do we want? Do we want cheddar? Do we want blue cheese? Cheddar cheese tastes better and fills you up better. Blue cheese lasts longer, but it needs to be made in like extreme conditions. Actually, because I don't have shelf space for the cheddar cheese, I'm thinking blue cheese is the way to go. I don't need the wax. You don't need to wax blue cheese. I'll show you my secret blue cheese lab So blue cheese needs to be made in a cheese cave, which needs to be technically outdoors, very dark, and very cold. Like, those are the conditions for making blue cheese. Now, I don't even know if what I have will make it, but, like, I'm not willing to put in any effort to, like, figure out exactly the conditions to make this. So here's my secret cheese cave. So this guy is going to be ripe in 1 month. But, like, it needs to be really dark in here. So this is how dark it is when I don't have my lamp out. And I'm hoping having my lamp out doesn't spoil the blue cheese. It's very dark, and it's very cold because I started doing this in, like, the fall. And so I'm like, this is the perfect temperature for blue cheese. Honestly, real life wise, bees are so much simpler than cheese, you guess? Those bees do all the work. Yeah. Getting a beehive set up in this game is like one of the most important things to do. Because, like, wax is important for a few reasons. One, to make a lantern like this guy, you need a candle, and candles use wax. And so, like, making sure you have beehives is kind of important, because if you destroy a beehive out in the wild, you have a chance of, like, accidentally exterminating your bees. And they're very hard to find. Like, I've got a bee waypoint over here. We can try and find those bees. But right now... Are you cooking? And liters of milk. You should be pasteurizing. What is happening with you? I think I have done this wrong. I think... There we go. That's why my milk's not pasteurizing. I was using it as a container somehow, and not actually cooking the milk. I don't know how that works. But here. Pasteurize the milk. Then we combine the milk with vinegar, which I made from letting fruit rot in a barrel. Because one of the good things I have going for my universe here is that I have tons and tons of fruit trees. Didn't you know you were a cheese meister? I'm trying. Like, cheese making is something I want to get into as, like, you know, a new ADHD hobby. Like, I'm almost on the verge of buying like a $200 cheese press, using it once and then never again, because the act of getting cheese cultures or bacteria cultures or rennet stomach enzymes, like, to make proper cheese is more than I want to do. All right, now let's see. Beekeeping. I can make a beekeeping hood. Animal husbandry. Tell me about bees. In order to obtain wax and honey, you will need to build skeps. into which wild bees like to swarm. Alright. So, empty reed skep. They're just clay and reeds. I think I've got those. Got clay. I don't have reeds. Do I have papyrus? No. I could have swore I had reeds. Cattail. That's what it's called. Cattails make reed things, but they are not reed things themselves. Oh, are you done? Nice. We can save some firewood. What am I doing? Put the cauldron here. Give me the pasteurized milk. I'm gonna dump you here. Give me some vinegar. I'm gonna dump you here. And we'll just keep a vinegar barrel going and a pasteurized milk barrel to keep track of like the correct portions there. And so this is slowly stirring into cottage cheese. Now, that is because I have like an expanded foods mod or like an expanded liquids mod. Normally to make cottage cheese, I think you have to curdle the milk and then add a bunch of salt to it to make cottage cheese. It's an ordeal, but there is a shortcut in real life where you can take... Oh, what you call it? You can take cottage cheese and vinegar and make yourself pasteurized milk and vinegar and make cottage cheese. The cottage cheese shortcut. Okay, it is nighttime. Eat some stew. Go take a nap, and then I think we're gonna go bee hunting. Like, honestly, I'm mostly just like goofing around because like we've got one more month until the cheese is ready. It's gonna be ready December 7th. And then I will achieve my complicated goal of making cheese pie. It's a whole ordeal. I'm going to put fresh meat and veggies in there. Maybe some fruit. I'm going to make the perfect cheese pie. All right. So bee hunting. Bees are hard to find because you have to listen for them. And while I'm in here, I'm going to turn the effects volume up and the entity sound up. Maybe that'll help us find the bees. There's a mod you can install, like, so there's like a little caption when you're near bees. That makes things too easy. Hi, kitty. You want up here? Hop on up. You gonna meow for everybody? Oh my god, we're under attack. Ah, kitty. I think I lost some flesh there. And, whew. Pig scared me. Goat. It's -10 degrees Celsius. You can't do this to me. Speaking of which, I should have got some warm clothes. I am now wet. It is very cold. I might get hypothermia. Where am I? There should be like a valley right around the corner here. We're gonna go to like where I discovered bees before and see if I can kidnap some. Like, I don't know where I'm gonna put the bees. Basically, I need another farm, but with flowers. And so, like, I go around, I pick these daisies. And we can plant those. Cow parsley? Nah. We're all about them daisies. Alright, the temperature is going up. The sun's rising. It's not nearly as bad as it could be. Honestly, it's been a pretty warm winter so far. It's November and I'm not dying. Having no warm clothes on. Alright, I think this forest up here has bees. So keep your ears peeled. Listening for a very slight buzz. That's not it. That's a portal to a horrific realm. Bees. Bees hibernate, don't they? This may be a fool's errand. This is around where I found the bees before. Can you hear bees? I think I see a beehive up there. Yeah. But do you hear the buzzing? You answered no. Then, yeah. I think I can. It's very difficult. Let's get our head closer to the beehive. Famous last words. A large beehive. Nearby flower 0. Yeah, I'm gonna make a staircase up to that. We'll save you bees. Put the skep up here. I picked some daisies. This'll help. Right. They're a little frosty, but we get some cow parsley over here. Want the bees to have a good time. Nearby flower 0. I mean, I tried. My cat is pushing down the space button. Do it again, kitty. Did you lick the space button? What are you doing, kitty? Alright. That's how you would catch bees. Do it again. I've never... Like, he just pushed down the space bar with his tongue. Ooh, what do we have? Borax. That's an important thing to note. He's doing it. This is the cat. Yes. My cat's playing the game for me. Aw, man. No, are you done? Yes. I'm sorry, this is the greatest thing I've ever seen. Are your claws stuck? Trying to pull the spacebar out? Like, I've gotten him to meow on stream before. But, like, this is the first time he's actually, like, started pushing buttons on the keyboard. Oh, I'm sorry. Did I startle you? Where's the button? Push it. Get it. Go, kitty, go. Oh, don't do that. You're gonna give everyone a seizure. How... Like, what are you trying to do? Is there like an ant in the keyboard or something? Wolves are coming. What are you going to do about them? I think I see a bear on the other opposite coast. I see two bears on the opposite coast. Alright. Thanks for playing, kitty. Mind if I take it from here? That was one of the coolest things I've ever seen. Like, he was getting somewhere. Okay. He's still trying to play. This is a map. That's me. I've fallen in a pit, and I blame the cat. Is there a way out of the pit? Surely I've fallen in this pit before. There we go. No pit's a new pit. But yeah, my cats have been developing some new habits. They started sleeping on, like, my computer tower, which is fine, except, like, they'll bump into the power button. And so, like, after a couple of days of them, like, turning off my computer while I was using it, I had to go into the power settings, and you can actually change, like, what the power buttons do. I tried to set them to do nothing, but for some reason that didn't work, so I had to set them to, like, put the monitors to sleep. And so every now and then while I'm playing a game, the kitties will be like, nope, no more seeing for you. But yeah, it was very cute. My kitty played games because he thought he was people. Smack. Just letting that goat know who's boss. Oh man, I'm so happy. I'm so happy people came in and asked me about Vintage Story this morning. Because it's like one of those games I feel like more people need to know about. Like, it's not on Steam. Which is like an interesting game developer decision because like the idea that there's a game that you can't find on Steam from like a random indie developer you've never heard of. Oh, the kitty did that jumping. So great. We need to like get you into some cookie clickers type game, kitty. All right, I'm starving to death. Got some stew in the back corner here. Oh, I'm running out of food. Cheddar cheese is gonna take some time to cook. I think I've got a plan. I've got powdered onion. Got salt. This is exciting. I'm going to do something exciting. Off stream, the kelp had dried in my pockets. So I put the dried kelp into my grinder. That has given me umami. Are you still grinding umami? You sure are. Now here's the great thing I can do now. The combination of umami flavors, salt, and onion powder, I can make a seasoning pouch. Why are seasoning pouches important? Kebabs. Kebabs are why. And so it is time for us to cook. Got some prepared bushmeat right here. Ooh, this fat is spoiling. We need to cook it. You might have noticed, off stream, I upgraded my copper pot. Now my copper pot can hold more food in it. And I already have like skill bonuses to make. Hang on. And make a spice pouch with leather. The recipe is something like this. I probably put these all in the wrong order. Spice pouch. I'm making a leather spice pouch. What do I need? Umami in the middle, salt on the left. There we go. So I've got this spice pouch. Excuse me. So I'm going to make kebabs. I need a stick, a knife, and things to go with the meat. And then I season it with the pouch on the left. Okay. So I think this is a great time to eat mushrooms. Let's go with these oyster mushrooms. Sticks, knives, meats. Did I get this wrong? Kebab. Chicken of the woods. Mushrooms, oysters. Has to be raw meat. Is that what you're telling me? Okay. Well, never mind then. I mean, do mind. And honestly, while I'm here, let's just make a bunch of spice pouches. Maybe not that many. Put my delicious seasoning away. Wet seaweed seed. And you're just drying out here. That's what I need for sushi. Alright. We need meat. Going on a meat quest. I don't care what kind of meat it is. There was a goat I slapped off to the left. Let me do a quick survey of the land around me. Let's see any meat roaming around. It looks like we go back to beat up a goat. It also takes some chickens. Some delicious chicken kebabs I think would be good. Goat, 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 goat. Yeah. Come back, I need your meats. Look, I'm having trouble. Let me get my feet into the puddle. Am I going slow because I'm cold? River is too fast. It's very hard to carve a goat underwater. And so I'm trying to get like my feet stuck in something. But the river is acting very fast. All right, come on. Get your feet in there. Please. I want the goat. The goat died for my sins. Why won't you go down? Even if I do go down, I'm not sticking. Come on. Okay, breathe. The amount of stamina I'm using here is ridiculous. Stupid fast freezing water. Just get in there. There we go. Give me your meats for kebabs. Whew. Hi, goats. Don't mind me. Alright. Stick. Knife. Meat. Mushrooms. And I've got kebabs. Raw kebabs. How do I cook a kebab? So kebabs are, or kebabs, are a special thing like my class can make. Or maybe it's the seasoning pouches I can make. Maybe everyone can make kebabs. I wonder if that's true. Alright, but let's get in here. We need to cook you so I don't die. Just cook you into this, but like... how do I do that? Do I just drop it in the cooking pot? No. Right here? Yeah, okay. Got kebabs. Well, now we need to cook the kebabs. Alright, you know what? Calm down. Eat a pear. It's not the end of the world. Alright. Now we got kebabs cooking. Honestly, let's just load this up with firewood and we'll make more kebabs. We'll use all the mushrooms. Alright. Meat. Stick. Mushrooms. Knife. Kebabs. Kebabs. There we go. All the kebabs. Lump of raw fat. We'll get to you. Alright. Are you cooked? You're cooking. I got this cooked kebab. Now I put some seasoning on it. Bam. Let's eat that kebab. Not bad. And I get the stick back. That is a very important aspect of the kebab. Did not know that was a thing. Season the kebab. We eat the kebab. And we get to keep the stick. Beautiful. Are you cooking or what? As it is. And so, how many kebabs have I eaten? I've eaten 2 kebabs. I used 3 durability apiece. And so, 1 seasoning pouch is enough for 50 kebabs. Now, what else can I put in a kebab? Like, there's raw kebabs, there's mushroom kebabs. Gotcha. So, like, you can skip the meat entirely. Or you can do meat and vegetables. Will any vegetable do? Olives. Pickled olives. Deer ear. Red wine cap. What is that? Cassava. I have no idea what cassava tastes like. I saw pickled onions. I saw turnips. I'm looking for like poison mushrooms. Pumpkin slices. Tenderhoof? White oyster? Like, I want to know if I can make a poison kebab. Like, show me the fly agaric in here. Pickled cabbage. Puffballs. Ooh. Full-on cabbage. Yeah, I'm not seeing any poison mushrooms. But, like, that could be a fun assassination attempt. Ooh, these kebabs make me happy. How long are you fresh for? 6 days. If I were to store you, 34 days. That's pretty good. Alright. We've done enough goofing around here. We've made kebabs. And the sushi is out of reach right now. Copper cooking pot. How'd you get in my pocket? Oh, right. Got some leather. This is what happened to where this rot came from. Now, speaking of rot, collect all my rot. How much rot do I have? Not too much. When I get 64 rot, I can turn it into compost, which is like what I got going over here. Alright. Well, that's all the leather we need. It is getting to be pretty wintry. I think it's time to make bear armor. So I need ropes and bear hides. Rope. I don't have a lot of rope. Give me flax. You turn into rope, right? You turn into twine. Where's the recipe for rope? Rope. Boiled rope. I have to make it out of reeds or vines? Vines? I don't have many. Cattails. That's what they're called. There we go. Now I have all the rope I can handle. This hide was supposed to go in here. Whoops. Some cooked kebabs. I love this. I love that I've got a special food just for me. Okay. So we've got the rope. We need to make bear armor. So let's see. Black bear leg armor. I need bones. We've got hundreds of bones. We're gonna make black bear armor. So for one, bear helmet. I just need one rope, one bear head, and 2 bones. Okay. Rope. Well, let's get the bear head first. I think I just chop it off. Bam. Rope. Bone. Alright. Now, bear leg armor. If I had a panda, it would be blah. Okay. I think I want to chop the heads off of all these bear pelts. Alright, how did this go? It was like rope. Bone? There we go. We got the leg armor. Now we need bear chest. Bear armor. Black bear body armor. Okay. Bear hide in the middle, ropes all around, and bones in the corner. Rope. Bone. There we go. And now we can dress for winter. How do I look? Pretty stylish, right? But like, I was wearing leather, which was to mostly keep me mobile while providing like some defense. All right, and now that that's dealt with, wait, you're just burning firewood, aren't you? Stop that. Also, give me my bowl back. Like, we'll eat kebabs for a while, so like I can put my dishes back on the shelf. Now we need to not freeze in style. So what I'm gonna do is grab all the clothes I can find in here, and we'll figure out what's warm, what's cold. Your armor, blacksmith aprons, leather jerkin. Is that clothes or is that armor? Let's see. I think I have all the bear hide armor I have is broken. Honestly, I should just throw it away. Because it seems like there's no value in like repairing armor. Like you'd always want to make it from scratch. Heavy tool belt, I'll take it. So we're looking for warm clothes to survive the winter. Jord robe. Leg jerkins. Marketeer shoes. Whitewood mask. Minstrel coats. Oh, a feather amulet. Innkeeper shirt. That was the shirt I started the game with. Rawhide tunics and trousers and mantle. I don't know if that's armor or not. Okay. So we're all loaded up with clothes. This one's broken. This one's not. 0.1 degrees. An improvement. That's armor. 0.2 degrees is an improvement. 0.8 degrees. Better. There's a 0.2 degrees on the kitty mask. 0.6. The fortune teller scarf. Belt doesn't really do anything. Jord robe. 0.3. Better than 0.1. 0.2 is worse than point. Well, that is 0.2. I think we'd prefer the kitty mask though. 0.9, that's pretty good. Now, if I was a tailor, I could make nice clothes just in general. 1.1. Yeah. It's a 0.2 there. 1.1 here. This one's 28. Yeah. We'll wear this. Look fancy. And 0.5 on these pants. Slightly worse. 0.9. All right. Of all these clothes, we are wearing the warmest stuff. All right, now we scroll back to where we were. Kafkins and shirts. Gloves. Are these alphabetical? I think they are. Belts, gloves, shirt. Some pants. There's some pants. There's a shirt. There's a tankard. Ooh, more shoes. Manacles. That's also shoes, technically. Oh, a hide hat. All right. Gloves, 0.2, better than 0. 0.1, 1.4. Those are some nice pants. Rusty manacles, warmer than actual shoes, it turns out. All right. So now my body temperature should be good all winter. 0.3 for these gloves. That is better than what I've got. So like these warm clothes should last me the winter, and I really shouldn't have to worry about freezing to death now. Again, can get back to the important business of cheese making. Also, let's take a look at me. Am I terrifying? I kind of look like the Predator. It's a good look. I like the little purple accent on my gloves. Like, honestly, I think I look scarier than some of the monsters around here. All right, cottage cheese. How about that? A little more. Okay, now back to food science. I just Google food. There is something I want to do. There are so many things I need to make like yogurt out of, or that I need juice for. So like I can just make straight yogurt, but like if I want blueberry yogurt, I need to make like blueberry syrup portions. You make syrup portions. A simmering juice. Okay. So I need a juicer, right? Juice press? I can tell me how to make it? Fruit press, that's what it's called. Okay, so I need like a metal rod, some fat, and some resin. I think that would be a fine addition to the science lab. I don't think the quality of metal matters. But here's what I'm gonna do. Bing bong. How's my coal pit going? Fire has stopped. Which means coal. Delicious coal. I like to keep the rammed earth hanging around here so that I can use it again in a pinch. I need a ton of iron rods. Or rods in general. What I need are plates and an iron rod. Okay. So again, fruit press. If I were to juice a thing, I can make an onion juice, but can I make onion wine? Parsnip gelatin. But like this opens up soup and pasta and pilaf. Red currant juice. Okay, so like if I was gonna make like a wine, if I cured it, how do you cure things? Like what's the difference between curing and perishing? So if I put you in a cold place, you will cure into wine. I think that's what I'm learning. Oh god, it's hot. Oh, it burns. Okay, I need a rod. Oh god. Jump scared me every single time. Honestly, I'm not prepared for that. Wait, what have I done? Did I just destroy those? Gotta be careful. Did it default to like breaking? Because I left it on like push things downward. I might have screwed up this rod. Yeah, I think I am one bit short. Welp. That is a giant waste of ore. Well, what are you gonna do? I don't think we're gonna be playing this game much longer. As much as I enjoy it, and it is a fantastic game, like viewership kind of dropped for a bit. And so like I could probably play this game for many, many months without being terribly bored of it. But for the viewership's sake, I think we need to move on to another game. And there's 2 games I have in mind. I've learned about a game called Genosha? Or Nosha? Gotta be Genosha. Ooh. Got to put the tongs back. Which is like a single-player Among Us visual novel that like I'm really, really fascinated by. The other game that came out is an MMO, kind of like Maple Story or Ragnarok Online. Put a vinegar portion here. You cottage that cheese. Poor ham. I would go to bed, but like the sun's gonna rise any minute now. Alright, so I need boards. I was gonna make a fruit press. Got lots of oak boards. We'll make it out of oak. I need rendered fat. I need resin. Alright. Fruit press. Need a hammer and chisel. Give me the chiz. Alright. Chisel. Hammer. Rod. I think it went rendered and then this, and then the bottom is all boards. Did I get the recipe right? Fat above resin, hammer above chisel. Yeah, it doesn't like the chisel I got. To be fair, I'm not a fan of the chisel I got. It doesn't do anything. There's no chisel here? Alright. Here's a crazy thing. I'm gonna make an iron chisel. And we're never gonna have to worry about chisels ever again. Got tons of iron bloom too. Seems like a waste using that without like the helve hammer though. Slap you up there. Get you in the offhand. Come on. Look. We're getting there. Alright, close enough. We need this anvil. Make a chisel. Spin it around. Very carefully remove these. Like, I wasted a bronze ingot earlier, and that wasn't ideal. Oop. But iron is something I can't afford to waste, like, time-wise. Like, material-wise, like, we're good. Like, I didn't even get half the iron in the iron mine we found. Okay. Let's try this again. Hammer, chisel, fat resin, rod, board. Fruit press. Okay. Now back to the science lab. Oop. Can't forget my lantern. Alright, food science lab. Where's a good place for a juice press? I think it makes sense, like, right next to the barrels, right? Place or remove a juice container. Now we need juice or fruit. Yeah. My daughter's very excited about this. What expires first? 3.1 years on everything. Let's make pear juice. Been using pears for everything, for cooking for years. It's time to, like, get rid of it. Give it, like, a purpose. There's, like, a little bit of snow. There's been no precipitation this winter. Okay. Release the screw first. Oops. I accidentally ate a pear. There we go. Squeeze! You just keep it squeezed. Alright. Vinegars, milks. Boom. Pear juice. You want to see the pear juice? There it is. Alright, and what we've got is fruit mash. Now, I should be able to do stuff with that, but, you know. Squeeze. What if we made a fruit press in real life? I would squish my fingers, probably. Kitty, what are you doing? You need to get dressed and ready for camp. Alright. Release. Grab the fruit mash. Stack the fruit. Squeeze the fruit. Now, pear juice is fresh. Is it curing in there? I can't actually tell. Curable for 7 days. Maybe I need to seal it? You doing what you can there? Squeeze. There we go. Squeeze. This is fun. All right. Turn into 50 liters of Perry after 7 days. What's Perry? The platypus? One liter distills into pear brandy. All right. Become booze. And how are you doing? Very cottagey, very cheese-like. All right. And now while you're doing your thing, let's go try to, like, milk some more. Hello, goats. Right, you've been milked. Don't run from me. And please don't attack me either. Oh, come on. Just need to very gently milk this sheep. Stop being too stressed to be milkable. Let me in there. Yes! It's the first time I've successfully gotten 2 barrels out of these chumps. Woo! We'll feed you. You will continue to provide me milk throughout the winter. Put on some band-aids, because dang. Alright, and we can also eat some seasoned kebabs. Love that. Alright. You're here. Milk, 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 milk. 20 liters of pasteurized milk. Should be so lucky. Book. While we're cooking you, maybe I make apple juice? Like, nobody makes apple yogurt, do they? I don't know, we'll figure it out. Do I have a spare barrel? 1 liter of vinegar. We'll figure it out. All right. Got a couple of empty barrels. Gonna drop another one for the apple juice. All right, you are released. Get the bucket. Squeeze. But yeah, the food science lab is operating at full capacity, and I love that. Apple juice. Making pear brandy. We're making juice, which I think we simmer into syrup, which we can use to combine with milk or curdled milk, which we can turn into yogurt, which we can turn... What am I doing with yogurt? Can make fruit bars, or I can make just delicious yogurt. Oh, with nuts. We can make a parfait. Is that all the juice I brought with me? I think it is. All right. Gonna leave the juice there for now. We'll come back. We'll make parfait out of it. But yeah. So, here's how life is gonna work. We're gonna keep playing Vintage Story until we make cheese pie. Maybe we come back and make sushi. But I think I'm just about done with the game. I think we're gonna move on to something else. Maybe I make a quick guide. Because there are tons of guides for Vintage Story, but like, I don't know if they're the best guides. Like, they help me, but like the mic quality is usually low. They're people who just kind of enjoy the game and don't make tutorials for like a living, or at least I don't think they do. I think like maybe we could get one out there, show our love and appreciation for the game. Like, we don't need to make anything super complicated. I do have this server for like about another month. I just got the invoice, so as long as I've got it, I ought to make some videos with it, you know? Bonk. Pasteurized milk. Delicious vinegar. Give me the cottage cheese that exists already. Thank you. Ooh, we're so close. 2 more liters, and that's another cheese wheel. And honestly, then we run out of shelf space. Oh, what is going on? HP. Oh, no. I got interrupted midstream for like printer updates. No, never. Thank you very much. But thank you so much for watching. I had a great time. I think the next time I play this game is going to be Monday. I think Friday morning is Final Fantasy Friday. So we're going to play Final Fantasy 14. And then I think Friday night, we're going to play a new game. Either Notia or Spirit Vale. And I've got basically the entire day to choose which one it's going to be. And so it's going to be exciting for me. It's going to be exciting for us. I hope you'll join me for that. Vintage Story is like one of those games where people love this game so much that they will not follow me to other games, and that's fine. I really appreciate it. Let's raid somebody new. How about Nova Star? Ooh. Never mind. I saw somebody we knew. I'm gonna raid this stranger here. She seems cool. She looks like... I like her... What do you call like the weird cowlicks that like make shapes? They turn into like anime antennas. She's got one shaped like a heart, and I appreciate that about her. All right, have a great day, everybody. Say hi to Nova Star for me. Bye bye.